a bit longer. We had a nice visit from the New Zealand Broadcasting School students, so I think a number of us have done a number of interviews, which is great. Open up the wrong one. Done. No. Open up the wrong one. Right, so that was deputations by appointment and item 24 done. Presentation of petitions, there appear to be none. And now we move on to number.
We've got straight to 5.
Number 5, yes, that's right.
This, we might have to park it. Let's go to number 5.
Right. Number 5, so that's the Lyttelton Mount Herbert Community Board, and welcome Paula Smith here. There aren't any Part A provisions in here, so before I open it up for your comment, Paula, I'm assuming that Councillor Turner and Councillor Scandrett move and second the report, and I'll hand over to you. Thanks, Paula.
Tēnā koutou te hapore o ohinahu raua ko ahu pātiki. And I'm still getting the hang of that. It's quite a long name for the Lyttelton Mount Herbert Community Board, and I expect you all to have it sellotaped to the back of your toilet door and be practising it at home too.
Kia ora.
It's right in front of you again. There's really just two things I want to mention. We had a deputation from Mr Scott at the Lyttelton Bakery, and then later under item 13 we made a decision about Norwich Quay. But one of the things that's clear is that Norwich Quay is constantly changing and that we might need long-term parking decisions to be made. And I learned yesterday that Christchurch City Council staff have been working with other stakeholders considering the future of Norwich Quay, and given the significance of that road to our community, we would really like it if the Community Board could be involved in that conversation.
Certainly, I think we should make a note of that if we could ensure that staff were engaging directly with the Community Board on that matter.
And the only other thing is I'm referring to another report, item 3 in the Environment Committee report on page 63 about the Banks Peninsula. Well, I think it was a report about all the marine structures in the city. And I attended that, and it was great. And I just asked at that meeting whether the Community Board could be briefed about these matters and that the briefing be opened up to other members of the community who have an interest in this.
Which subject, sorry?
Wharves and jetties. I'm talking about page 63, item 3. Because I think it's really helpful.
Yep.
There's lots of people with an interest in these assets. It's really helpful for them to be able to see the wider context and also to have the conversation about how they could help. And certainly in the case of 1 or 2, that's already happening.
Yep. Yep. So is
especially
can we
given
make a note about that as well, so that staff are...
And I'm thinking particularly about Governor's Bay Jetty and the Lyttelton Marina, which are both in pretty poor repair, and there's got to be some hard discussion about what happens about them in the future.
Right.
Look,
Phil?
I certainly support that, Paula, and I think that because at the time, with the Environment Committee, I kind of assumed that wharfs and jetties will be like parking places, so it will be certainly part of Community Board delegation, but it probably isn't specifically, but it's certainly important that the board be included in that.
Well, I can see an opportunity. We have reserve management committees where who manage reserve assets for the council, and maybe we could have, for example, a Church Bay Jetty Management Committee that could also do that sort of thing.
Was it Pauline? Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Pauline?
Hi, Paula. Just on page 5, your point here about Stoddard Cottage Trust.
And you've mentioned that you'd like to see a more functional relationship with council. Can you expand on that? Is there a problem there that you perceive?
No, not really. The cottage has been closed since earthquakes, obviously, and while that's been the case, the trust has sort of fallen into, there hasn't been much going on, and so the trust is now kind of up and running again, and they're interested in engaging in a conversation, and I think that's going to happen under the facilities rebuild. I mean, nothing's certain, but when the cottage is at the stage where it's about to be tender let for the design work, and I think when that's done, the idea was to have a conversation between the trust and the council and that consultant about what the needs of the community were for that, as well as all the other factors.
This is something for the future,
Yep.
not right now.
Yeah, and we have also had the facilities manager for that attend one of the trust meetings too, so that's been good relationship building.
All right. Thank you. Okay, so we have a resolution. I'll put the resolution. All those in favour say aye. Those opposed say no. That's carried. Thank you very much.
Sure.